Hey everybody, we're back for a Thursday night live stream. We actually were not able to make it these last 2 weeks. I think 2 weeks ago we were traveling, and the week before that we were at the RVE Summit, the RV Entrepreneur Summit, and Heath and Alyssa did a great job of putting this together and keeping us busy all day long. I don't think we were getting back to our RV till 9, 10 o'clock at night every night. And we're going to just talk about our experience at the summit, people that we met, connections that we made, and pretty much what we took away from this summit. It was an amazing experience. Would you agree?
Yes, I would agree. It was really good. It was. I didn't know what to expect, and it was really good. I enjoyed it.
I think the last edited video we showed you was, we arrived. We were in our kitchen, and I said to Sabrina, now that the traveling is done, you have something else to worry about, and that's meeting new people. And not only did she do very well with meeting new people, but now she misses people now that they're gone.
Well, now the people that I met, I miss. I don't miss meeting more people.
Right. Yeah, she still feels the same about meeting new people, but the people that we did meet, she now actually misses, which is nice. You're maturing as an adult.
#adulting.
#adulting. So, let's start out with a few things first. We'd like to say that my new blog is out for Winnebago Life. It came out, I believe, at the end of last week, and it's called Questions You Should Ask Yourself Before Moving into an RV Full-Time. And there's quite a lot of questions. There's a lot of things that you could come up with. We narrowed it down to 5. And we felt like these were the most important things to ask yourself. So after this, go check out Winnebago Life for my new blog. I'm still really enjoying these blogs, and I'll be working on a new blog, my experience at the RVE Summit. It's actually going to be a collaboration of a few other Go Life writers. I don't know how many, but we're all going to write like a paragraph or two, and it'll all come together. And so not only will you be able to see maybe some of my writing on that, but you'll get to see somebody else's that you wouldn't normally have gone out and checked out their writing styles. Do I have a style?
I don't. Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Does it sound very convincing?
No, well, with my editing, there's always certain things of your blogs that I have to edit. But you have a style. You do have a style.
So what happens is I write the whole blog, and I'll write a rough draft of it, what I feel like it should look like, and then Sabrina will reread it and
make sure it doesn't look like a ransom letter. I take out the random capitals that happen to be at places.
I don't know why this is, but for some reason I've always done it my whole life. Typing, especially, for some reason I put random capitals in words. I hit that shift button all the time when I'm typing, so it literally looks like a ransom note by the time I'm finished. So then she goes back and she's like, all right, you got to take these capitals out. Something else that's a pretty big deal for us, and maybe even a big deal for our subscribers and friends. I don't like the word subscribers still, or followers or anything like that. I like friends. So Winnebago does a rally, national rally, every July. Sabrina and I went to it last year. We had some bad weather, but it was still a good time.
I thought you were going to say we had some bad experience. We had some bad weather.
We did have some really bad weather, but we had a great time, and we met a lot of new people at the rally. And in fact, we met up with Nomadic Native there, Matt and Maria. But this year, we are very excited to say that Winnebago has asked us to do a presentation at the Winnebago rally. So come see us. We'll be up on stage for 1 hour doing a presentation. I have to figure out, they would like a PowerPoint. Well, I would like one too. I would like to do a presentation similar to how we do live shows with the mix of video and pictures, but that'll be up on a separate screen. So if you enjoy our live chats, then I think you'll really enjoy us live in person, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. This will be our second time doing a live presentation, and we'll talk a little bit about that in a second. But we are super excited about that. And the way that you're able to go to the rally is you have to own a Winnebago. It used to be that I don't know what Belle's doing.
She's like starting to walk on the table.
She's trying to dance on our dinette. It used to be that you had to be part of the WIT Club to go to the rally. This year, if you own a Winnebago, you're allowed in. So if you don't own a Winnebago, borrow one from somebody and come see us live.
Pamela said, I'm going to buy a Winnebago just to go to the rally.
That's what we're talking about, Pamela. We get nothing for that, by the way. So don't
go buy a Winnebago just because we said that.
Just because we said that. If you can borrow one, borrow one. And I don't know, like I said, Winnebago, they wrote us actually just back tonight and said they're going to block off a full hour for us, which makes us a little nervous because, we do a live show. It's usually 25 minutes, but hey, I'm a talk. I can talk forever. But I have to write down a presentation. I want to add some pictures, videos, and things like that. And if Winnebago doesn't give us time to do questions at the end, I'm not really sure how it's going to play out. We'll be in what's called the special events tent. I believe that's the word that they used. Or special interest tent. So what I was going to say, if they don't give us time to answer questions during the presentation, I know I'll stand outside the tent when they kick me out. And if you guys, if you're coming to see us, I'll stand out there all day and answer questions. I will. I'll say hi to every single person and we can chat. And if you have questions, maybe some people are just shy to ask questions in front of people. I know I'm shy to talk in front of people, which makes me the perfect candidate for a presentation in front of people.
The RV Adventure said that's a long time. I agree.
An hour is a long time, I think, for us to talk. But I am a talker. In fact, people try to walk away from me, and I'm like, oh, no. I'm not done yet. I got more to say.
I'm usually the one trying to walk away.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It is you that's trying to walk away.
It's me scooting back.
And I'm always like, no. I'm not done yet. Come back here, Sabrina. So I think that's going to be awesome. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And we actually have, we actually have more news and more exciting news for moving forward and us, but we're not allowed to talk about it yet, Sabrina said. She said...
He blames me. I like to talk about things when they're actually solidified. I don't really like talking about things when they don't actually exist. It's just my thing. So I like concrete things. I don't like things.
So we got other things in the works for moving forward, but at the moment we'll keep a lid on them until we get a little more solidified, like you said. We don't want to jinx anything, but I think this is going to be an awesome year, not only for moving forward, but for Kenny and Sabrina. That's me and you.
Yeah, what are we doing this year?
We're not allowed to talk about it.
Oh my goodness.
No, but I think, and a lot of it stems from this summit that we just went to. So I think this is a good segue. Can't be doing that on stage. This is a good segue to enter now with the summit, what the RVE summit was and the experience and what we took away from it and why everybody should be going to this. But I'll let you start because you say I do all the talking and you do.
Wow, he didn't even plan that with me to say, hey, you're going to be talking about what?
I can keep going.
So basically, it was a gathering of people who work out of their RVs, just entrepreneurs. They work out of their RVs. Not all of them even have RVs. Some people are in vans. Some people are thinking about getting an RV or a van or whatever the case may be. But basically, a bunch of nomads that make a living on the road and get together and kind of share ideas and give lectures. There were people who did all sorts of things. Cartoon illustrators, bloggers, website designers, teachers on the road, all sorts of things. I met a few physician assistants.
Doctor.
Yes. I met a few nurses. I mean, there were people from all walks of life that do all sorts of different careers, and they're on the road full time or even part time and that type of thing. So you're not letting me finish.
I can't help myself. I'm sorry.
And so everybody kind of got together. There were lectures from some of the more well-known YouTubers, well-known bloggers. Less Junk, More Journey was there. Technomadia, Eric Hyland and Brittany Hyland from RV Wonderlust were there.
They were awesome.
Joe and Kate Russo were there. So there were a bunch of attendee-led meetups for different like teachers on the road, those type of things. And so it was basically idea sharing, working, and just helping you develop and expand yourself in what you do. So it was really great. And like I said when we got put on stage, that it makes you feel like you're not crazy when you're there with 250 other people that have similar ideas to you. So that was kind of neat.
It was a lot of fun. And like Sabrina said, it wasn't even, not everybody there lived and worked out of an RV. It was more of a nomad travelers thing too, because there were people living in cars, they were backpacking, there were, like Chris and Cherie from Technomadia said, just there are other ways of travel that you can do and still make money while on the road, and it was like so inspiring. Every night I came home and I couldn't sleep. I was up till 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, like Googling things, writing things down. We arrived like 2-3 days early, and just from like talking with these people, the people there are crazy smart, and they just know so much things that they were answering questions. They were giving us answers to questions we didn't even know we had about branding and how do you use Pinterest and Instagram. And
there was a lot of talent there. A lot of talent.
Crazy. Just crazy. I mean, they were so smart and very helpful.
Yes, everybody was very helpful.
Incredibly helpful. Like, no matter how big the YouTube personality was or blogger was, they all put their egos aside, and that's what I took away from this anyway, that it all starts with Heath and Alyssa. They organized this, and they put this event together, and they're willing to bring all these people together to share and give information. So that's what I said to Heath and Alyssa as I was leaving. I said, thank you so much for putting this style of rally together that's all about giving and sharing. And it really was. And like I said, no matter how big the personality was, or the person was in this social media business, they were willing to lend a hand. I think it was incredible. I think, like I said, I had trouble sleeping each night. So that's what I took away from this experience. It's just how giving everybody and I said to Sabrina, I wonder if it would be like that at some other type of event, if it wasn't based around RVers and things like that. Hey, Belle. I wonder if because I really feel like the RV community is the most helpful, friendly community that I've ever met before, and I think that's what transitions over into these events. Belle's doing a lot of strange things. Belle, you're very distracting. So, where does that lead us then?
That's Belle ringing the bell.
She acts very strange when we go and talk to you guys and not pay attention to her. So I think she's just looking for attention, but do you want to take her out just in case?
Excuse me.
So Sabrina will take her out, and I will sit and chat with you guys. You guys might have noticed, too, that we changed our...
Yes, James commented on that.
Okay, changed our arrangement around. I don't know where you're trying to go. You don't have to go this way. Okay. Sabrina's trying to take you guys out.
Go this way.
Belle.
Sorry, guys.
So Belle might not actually have to go out. She might just be, I don't know. Like I said, every time we do one of these, not even the live ones, but if we do a non-live video and we set up the camera, she gets, I don't know, she gets jealous that we talk to you guys and nobody else. I was going to say I'll grab the tablet and take some questions, if there are questions, but that always throws me off and I have no idea where the tablet is either. So, the other great thing about this seminar was the connections that we made. Like, right off the bat, we got there a few days early, and, Sabrina and I are actually very shy, but people would come up to us. I don't think anybody actually recognized, maybe a few people might have recognized us from the channel, just because we were talking with other people that we knew that we're going to be here. And they would come up to us and start talking to you and say, hey, if they didn't know you, what do you do? They would explain what they did, and then we would just brainstorm. Like, it was really strange. Like, you would meet up with this person, you'd start talking to them, all of a sudden...
Sorry, can I pause you 1 second?
Yeah.
Excuse me, guys.
So you meet with this person, you start talking with them, you're joking, you're laughing, you have this instant connection that you travel or you live in this RV, and then all of a sudden you start learning from them right away. And it's not their intention to teach you anything. You're just learning things just through normal conversation that, they say, oh, we blog and we're using Linktree on our Instagram. I was like, whoa, go back a little bit. I've never even heard of what Linktree is. So it was really just a really fun experience. I'm waiting for Sabrina to come back so that we'll start talking about, I wanted to start talking about maybe some of the people that we met that our audience would know. Okay. And we'll start with, who do you want to start with first?
So first, let's start with the fact that we were in the RV, and we had just parked a little while before this, and we're making lunch, and Kenny's like, I think Less Junk More Journey just drove... Sorry.
Wow, that was
like,
close.
I think Less Junk More Journey just drove by. And I was like, really? So I look out the window, and I'm like, huh, what's he doing out there? And Kenny's like, I think he's backing in next to us.
So we had Less Junk, More Journey as our neighbor. You probably know who they are. I would be surprised if you didn't. But while talking to other people, I mean, there were people there that didn't know who the RV geeks were. So I don't know. But so we were pretty excited when we found out that Less Junk, More Journey was going to be our neighbors. But then we realized that it was going to rain almost every day. And we actually, I mean, we saw them, we hung out with them a little bit and talked with them. But it wasn't like, we couldn't like stand outside and talk because it was always raining.
It was pouring.
But,
Hensley was jumping around in her little pink boots that you see in the video. It was kind of cute. I was like, wait, I recognize those boots.
Belle barked at Hensley and kind of terrified her for a second, which I apologized probably 7 times throughout the trip to Nathan. But I was really, Belle, I don't think it was that Belle was barking at Hensley. Belle was barking at Nathan, who was standing behind.
Right. Hensley started walking up to Belle first, and she wanted to pet Belle, and Belle was like wagging her tail, and then Nathan walked up behind Hensley, and Belle was like,
who are you?
Not having it. So that was the end of that.
But they were awesome as neighbors. They were super nice, and they are, I mean, we say this a lot of times when we meet people on YouTube channels, like when we met Matt and Maria. Like, Matt and Maria are exactly how they are on YouTube, and it's just super, Matt and Maria are super nice, and Nathan and Marissa, I mean, identical to how they are. I mean, it was crazy talking to them, and I felt bad because I was talking to them for a little while. I think the first day, and then I went back in inside. I said, "Hey, I'll leave you alone." We didn't talk to them till the second day because we don't like to bother people while they're trying to set up, and they had plenty of people coming up
trailing into their campsite all day.
Yeah, we tried to do our best to leave them alone because they were like, I felt like they were being ambushed all day, every day. So we really did try to give them their space. But then I realized, like, afterwards, I was like, oh, I never introduced myself. Just because I know who he is doesn't mean he knows who I am. So the next day I was like, hey, by the way, my name's Kenny, and that's Sabrina. So they were super nice. To stick with Less Junk, More Journey, we went to go see them do their live presentation. And I don't know if anybody for anybody that watched our last video, you'll see us up on stage. So what happened, we were going to watch them go live up on stage to watch their presentation, and Heath Padgett grabbed a hold of us and said, hey, how are you guys at public speaking? And
Kenny, of course, quickly answered,
yes, of course, we can public speak. I always act before I think.
As I stood there like, what?
And he said, oh, that'd be great. I would love for you guys to go up on stage and just tell a little bit of your story, not long. And I said, oh, yeah, we could do that. I said, when were you thinking? And he said, how about maybe in 10 minutes? And then my heart started to thump so loud. It was just like, I've never had my heart beat so fast and so hard before. But he said, go backstage. Nathan and Marissa are back there now prepping. Hang out with them in the back, and you'll go on right before they go on. I was like, okay, Heath. And so we were able to hang out with them for a little bit backstage, and they said that they were nervous, which I was surprised because I would just assume that they would be okay with public speaking, but they said this was their very first time doing public speaking, and the fact that Marissa said that she was extremely nervous actually made me feel a little bit better. I was like, all right, if these two are nervous, it's okay for me to be nervous. So my heart went from down to like so it slowed down a little bit, and Sabrina and I went on stage. We didn't practice anything. We had no idea really what to say. And I just knew that I had to keep the microphone away from my chest so it wouldn't pick up the pounding of my heart. But we went on for a short bit, and it's kind of nice too. I mean, these RV communities awesome. Everything was streamed live on Facebook, and that night the RV geeks wrote to us and said, "Hey guys, we just happened to turn on Facebook Live and saw you guys up on stage, and we think you did an awesome job." So we thought that was really cool that you RV geeks reached out to say we did good, and
I didn't feel nervous. So it's funny because before we went on, you said to me, you're like, are you feeling as nervous as I am? And I was like, I'm not really nervous yet. I don't think I'm nervous yet. Maybe just before I got on stage, there was a little twinge, but it was gone. I didn't feel nervous. But then when we got off stage, when we got off stage, I was like, I don't remember what just happened. Like, I have no clue what I said. I don't even know who was watching. I don't know what the people before us said. It was like, we had to wait for somebody to give us the video later to figure out what the heck we said, because I didn't remember any of it. So I didn't feel nervous, but apparently I was.
Same here. I had no idea what I said to Sabrina. I felt like there were long pauses between everything I said, and I felt like we looked at each other for a long period of time. But apparently that was not the case, and I agree with you. I don't remember seeing the crowd or anything. Not that the lights were bright or anything. Everything's just so fuzzy about being up there. And Sabrina said, we didn't know if we did a good job or bad job, except the fact that people were saying we did a good job until we saw the film. Belle, you gotta relax. You gotta relax. Nothing's happening. Go sit down. We had no idea how we did, and so like Sabrina said, someone gave us a little bit of film of us being up there. We were only up there for under 2 minutes, and the person that filmed it for us, she happened to see, we went up on stage. She noticed that we were going up on stage, so she jumped out of her seat, ran up to the front, and filmed it for us, and that person was Kate Russo. And again, I want to say just how awesome Joe and Kate were to meet. So we had met Kate and Joe 2 nights before, or 3 nights before we went up on stage. We had seen them in a room, and I saw Joe was like kind of looking in our area. We've been following the Russos for a long, long time. So I just waved. I said, "Hey, Joe." I thought he was just on a wave back, but but he walked on over, and as he's walking over, it's like, what do I say to him? What do I say? But he came over, and he was super nice. He was talking to us for a few minutes. Then he called Kate on over, and she was talking to us. It's funny because they're not only are they the same as they are in the video, but they're actually funnier in person. I felt like they were a little goofier, and not as goofy as we are, but they were a lot of fun to hang out with too. And then I think I saw him the next morning, like down at, they had what it was called a collab where everybody could go and work. They had super high speed internet. So I was down there like answering comments from one of our YouTube videos, and I'm like working on the computer, and Joe sits down next to me. He's like, "Hey, good morning, Kenny," which was just really weird to me. And he's like, I was thinking the other night, I was talking to him about a segment they used to do called the Cup of Joe. He's like, I was thinking if you guys want to come over and stop by the van, we can all hang out and I'll make us some coffee. I was like, I called Sabrina like right away. Or I texted her, I was like, Joe just invited us over for coffee. So I was super excited. So we all hung out at their place and had coffee and connected pretty well. I thought we had a really good time. So it was, and then later on in the week, Kate jumped down and saw that we were going up on stage, so she recorded a little video of us up there. So that was nice. They were super nice. If anybody gets a chance to meet Less Junk, More Journey, or the Russos, definitely worth it. They are really nice people. Really nice people. We bought, we got a book from Take Risks from Joe, and he signed it for us. You probably can't see it, but he signed it. And Sabrina's been reading. I started reading it. I read a lot slower than Sabrina. Sabrina will be able to read it in 2 or 3 days, but I know when she's reading it, she's back there chuckling. So it must be pretty good.
So I hear we'll laugh at the playback of this. James says your camera speed has your hands as if your movements are animation. You two will see in the playback.
Okay, it might be just our new. It might just be our new setup with different lights and different area. Who knows? We don't know what we're doing. So somebody else that we met was Technomadia, and we went. You want to talk about the telemedicine?
No. I think you just put it on blast.
I whispered it.
So I'm thinking about doing some telemedicine, and so we went to talk to Technomadia. One, to meet them, because we've been following them for a long time, too. But also just finding out more about, like, mobile internet, and am I going to have the speeds to be able to run a robot into a patient's room and that type of thing. So we spoke with them, who they're totally awesome too and hilarious.
They are hysterical.
I was not expecting them. Like, we watch their videos, but they're hilarious in person. I wasn't expecting them to be so funny.
They were cracking us up.
So I learned some things. We ended up getting another hotspot. AT&T. We ended up getting another hotspot this week. Actually, we stopped while we were on the road, got another hotspot.
Because of why, though? Explain.
Because as of March 1st, they were taking away their unlimited data package to hotspots.
But how did we know that?
Because we became... Oh my gosh, you can just answer! Because we joined their premium thing for their internet, their MIA, Mobile Internet Aficionados. And they actually put a message on the RV Summit website before I had even joined. They had put a message on the RV Summit website that those plans were going away. So if you were debating on whether to get an AT&T mobile hotspot, then go get it before March 1st.
Yeah.
So.
It was just nice that they shared the information. So now we have Wi-Fi on the Verizon MiFi and AT&T Nighthawk. So now we should be covered on internet. Although those guys...
Except for here.
Yeah, well, no. We're on our Verizon right now doing the live stream. And then we're using the AT&T as backup. So now we have two choices. We checked the AT&T first. The signal was slow and low. Yeah, that rhymed. Then we checked the MiFi, and it wasn't amazing, but it was strong enough to do the stream. Those guys, Technomadia, they actually carry 6.
Yep, they have all the carriers.
They have all the carriers, the 6 major players, plus all other. I mean, they're. I guess you have to be when it's your whole.
That's your thing.
That's your thing is mobile connectivity, and they did 2 presentations. We made it to both their presentations, and they were really. I mean. Like Sabrina said, they were so funny. Not only funny up on stage, but they were hysterical. Like, we hung out with them at the wine place a little bit, and then we did the campfire and hung out with them again there. They were really funny, too. So, again, I think it's just this RV community that makes everybody so friendly. I hope if somebody meets us, that they say, hey, those guys are just as nice and as friendly and funny. Well, they'll say it about me. I don't know about you. But... I hope I get those kind of compliments from people when they, if you meet me. If you come out to the Winnebago Rally this year and come see us live on stage, hopefully if you meet me afterwards, then you'll say I'm a nice person too.
Is that what they'll say?
Maybe that's what they'll say. I don't know. But this summit was awesome for us also because there were a lot of Go Life contributors, and that's what I'm considered with the Winnebago Go Life magazine as a Go Life contributor. So I was able to meet some of the other people that write for Winnebago, and we had a little party on Friday night, and I was able to meet up with... I've met the chief editor before, Don Cohen, but I was able to meet with Brooke and Buddy. Brooke is the assistant editor, and she's the person that I turn all my stuff into, so it was awesome meeting her. She's a blogger. Buddy's a photographer. They have a website called Trailing Away. They are awesome too. I could talk to Buddy all day long. He was awesome. I love them both. They were so fun.
They were pretty cool.
Everybody was really, but.
Sorry, I'm just distracted by Belle. She's trying to play with her tennis ball down here. I don't know what's going on over here. Sorry, guys.
Who else do you want to? What else do you want to talk about, or anybody? Or do you want to talk about anybody else? Or do you have questions? And I'll keep on talking.
I don't have any questions for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys never have questions.
Danny and Maggie
us.
just said, "Uh-oh, I'm late." Yeah, I don't have any questions.
All right, no questions. I can keep on talking about.
Oh wait.
People
Sorry.
we met.
Did you find any good dining options in Fredericksburg?
Yeah. We went to Hondo's and I ate. Whatever I had was good, but I don't remember what I ate. Maybe I drank more than I ate. I'm not sure.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't. I really don't remember what I ate. We went to Hondo's the one night because everybody else went to Hondo's. But I'll be honest with you guys, we eat almost all of our meals inside. If you watch the last video, Sabrina's making the tuna. Nobody wants to see that. Sabrina was making the no tuna salad. So most of our meals we just make inside the RV. It's easier for us. It's cheaper for us, and I don't know.
Yeah.
We just like eating at home with just. We really are shy. People don't believe us when we say this, but we're not homebodies. But
I keep telling you I'm not shy, and you keep telling people
I'm
shy.
Are you an introvert?
Sure, I would consider myself that.
Am I?
No, I don't know if I'd consider you that.
You said I was extra special every time we went out.
I said he was extra. I didn't say extra special. I said, Kenny, why are you being so extra? Is what I said.
I was having a great time just meeting and socializing with everybody. And I was excited. Like every time I saw somebody new, like especially like Instagram stuff We met Dan and Lindsay from Follow Your Detour. Been following them on Instagram for I don't know how long, and then to see them in person was just cool. And and then you stalk these people, so I was like, oh, how's that new Jeep that you guys got? They're like, how do you know we got a new Jeep? Let's see. Kate Mullen. Am I pronouncing her name
Mullen,
right?
yeah.
Kate Mullen. Road to Adventure. So this place was packed. We were at a Jellystone Park, 250 people. I guess Kate got tickets later than earlier, and they had her like sitting out in the parking lot of the, she was just boondocking. So I told her, I said, Kate, we met Kate last July at the Winnebago Rally. I said, if the campground's okay with it, we have enough room on our site, and we can share the site. You just park right in front of us. And Sabrina and I carry extra electrical cord, 30 amp. We carry extra water hose. We carry extra sewer hose. So she was able to park up in front of us. And because we carry the extra cable, we had, what did we do? We downstepped our 50 down to a 30. So we plugged into the 50 side. She plugged into the 30 side. So we both have power. We have Y fittings for the water. We were able to run extra water out to her, and she's super nice too.
She's awesome.
Kate's awesome.
She's really good. So, question for you: did you visit any of the rigs of the other YouTubers that made you think you might want to consider them someday?
So, other than the Russos, we did go in their van, and I will say that it's more comfortable than I thought. Like the seats, Joe and Kate let us have their captain's chairs, and they sat at their dinette chairs, and the seats themselves are comfortable. And it's kind of weird, but all four of us fit in it just fine, and You're enormous. You're like 6'5".
You're enormous. Seriously.
But you fit in there just fine, which I was surprised about.
You were surprised that I fit in a van.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was very surprised.
Okay.
I thought you were going to hit your head on the ceiling.
All right.
But she fit. But we only sat, it wasn't like all four of us were up at the same time. I think only really Joe would get up and walk around. But Sabrina's really would like to downsize into a smaller vehicle sometimes, and she keeps thinking that we could do it in a van, but I don't know. It was tight, but it was actually room. There's more room in them than I thought. Same thing with Kate Mullen. She has a Travato van, and she was showing us around inside her Travato van, and I'm just surprised. For a van, they have a lot more space than I would think. No slides, no nothing, but I guess it's set up for it. I don't know. Did we go in any other YouTubers?
No, because we didn't take the tour when Nathan and Marissa were giving the tour. There was
they
like
had so
40
many
people outside of their RV, but we didn't take the tour.
Honestly, we tried to leave them alone as much as possible. I'm sure if we would have asked, they would have said, sure, come on in. But
we took tours of other people's RVs. There were days where we took tours. There was actually a blogger, Maria, and her husband Kevin. They just moved into an RV, fifth wheel, recently, and they're from Paris to Rome is their website and their blog. And we took a tour of they're doing a remodel in there, so we took a tour of their rig, and it was neat because they even have pictures posted befores and afters and everything like that. So that was pretty cool. And we saw a 1950s trailer camper that's one of the attendees lives in with her two cats, and it was just interesting to see. We saw buses, people that had conversions and everything like that. It was just interesting to see the modifications people made, even people with like young babies and children. They had like little tables that were specially made and little stools and all sorts of things that were specially made for their like 2-year-old. It was interesting. And
Chickery's Travels, Sean and Julie, we did a tour of theirs. They have a YouTube channel, Chickery's Travels, and they have a fifth wheel. That thing was nice.
It was nice. It was very much like home. It was very nice.
They're thinking about downsizing. They have what did they say? Was it 44 foot or 42 foot? I don't even know if there is something that big.
Toy hauler.
It was enormous. But it was really not. They have a nice setup too. And Sean and Julie, they were awesome. We had dinner with Sean and Julie. Chickery's Travels, Sean and Julie. We had dinner with them. We hung out with them several days. I could talk to Sean all day too.
We know.
Julie
and I noticed.
Sabrina had to keep pulling me over. They're like, because we went into one event and Sean, it was like a party, and Sean and Julie were in there, and I said, "Oh, I'm gonna go over." There's Sean. I'm gonna go over. And Sabrina's like, "Leave the guy alone.
Let him talk to other people too."
She's like, "I know you like him. I know you're having fun talking to him, but he's talking to other people. We just leave him alone for one night." I was like, all right, I'll leave him alone. But then it was nice because then Sean
came over.
No, he Instagram. He couldn't.
Oh.
He got tangled up with people too. But he direct messaged me on Instagram and said, "Hey, I saw you at the party. I know that you were about to come over, and I never made it over to talk to you. So I'm sorry." I was like, "Don't worry about it. I got in trouble for trying to come over to you anyway."
So, Jennifer asked, will they put the RV Summit on YouTube so we can hear all the speakers? I know it's going to be available, but I'm not sure how to get it at some point. Because I know there was some link that I had to click that it can be available later, but I really don't know the details to be able to direct you.
Hopefully they do, because the summit itself was $225, and I feel like a person, and I feel like we got our money's worth in the first 4 hours, and the thing was a week long. Like, right away, like the first night we came home, we're like, wow, we just learned more. I mean, we just made connections and met people that would have taken us 5 years in just a couple days. It was incredible. I can't wait till next year. I wrote on Heath's page on his Instagram, I think, that I wish we could go back to last week and experience this whole thing over again, because it was just, I was pumped like every night.
Yeah, I know. I'd roll over and the light from your phone is on and you're typing away. I'm like, what are you doing? You're like, I'm coming up with a blog, or I'm looking into such and such, or I just signed us up for Pinterest. I was like, all right, well, I'm turning over and I'm going back to sleep.
It'd be like 2 a.m.
Like, I don't know what you're doing.
It'd be like 2 o'clock in the morning. But but then it would hurt me. Like, so then I didn't see Peter Holcomb's and Abby's presentation in the morning. I wanted to see it, but I was up so late at night that I didn't wake up early enough for her presentation in the morning. It was just, I don't know. I was just blown away all week. Like, every day just got better and better as it went along. So keep an eye on Heath and Alyssa Padgett. Find out when the summit. So last year it was 125 people that attended. This year, and they put a cap on the tickets. So they capped it at 125 tickets last year. This year was 250 people attended. They put a cap at 250. And if they grow any more, they won't be able... Like, 250 is the max for the location of this. For them to grow any more, they're going to have to move to another location. I don't know if they're willing to do that, or if they'll just do 250 people again. But we bought our tickets for it the day they went on sale, because they sold out within a few hours or something. I think it sold out in an hour. So just keep an eye out for it. It's Heath and Alyssa Padgett, and it's called the RVE Summit, and it's held in Frederick. Well, it was held in Texas. I don't know if they'll keep Texas or not. I don't know what they're planning on for next year.
All right. So last 2 questions.
Okay.
I'm telling you, last 2 questions, Kenny. So one, do you have an Amazon link to purchase through? I don't know what you've done with that.
We do have an Amazon link. I'll post it, or if you tell me who's asking, I can maybe send
Rhonda
it to
M.
them. Okay. We do have an Amazon link, whatever you call them. Affiliate link. I'll post it on this video.
That's how serious you are about
That's how serious I am about the Amazon affiliate. I'll post it. If you go to one of our videos where we talk about the GPS, or... Geez, I don't know what else. I know definitely the GPS has one of our links for the Amazon affiliate. And the way the Amazon affiliate links, even if you click it to buy, for the GPS, but you don't buy the GPS and you buy something else, we still get commission on whatever you decide to purchase, as long as it's within 24 hours of the time that you originally clicked the link or something like that. They have strange rules. But I'll put a link. If somebody's asking, I'll make sure there's a link in this video for our Amazon affiliate link. We appreciate it, definitely.
And James wants to know, are you guys traveling now for pleasure, or is it the next work trip since the expo's over? I'm going to answer that because I hear you taking a deep breath already to answer it. So it's for work. So we're actually up in Indiana right now. I'm working at a new hospital this week. Never been here. Start tomorrow. So we'll be up here for a week, and then we'll leave.
We drove from Texas to Indiana, and we made it in record time, apparently, for a Winnebago. We got here yesterday. We left Monday.
Yeah, so cool. All right.
All right, everybody. We're at the 40-minute mark. Winnebago's looking for 50 minutes. I got that. No problem. I'll come up with something for sure. I got to start writing down the presentation and what we're going to talk about. So thanks. everybody for joining in. We really appreciate it. We always have a good time with these live videos. Hopefully Belle was not too distracting.
She was distracting to me. She's pawing me to keep petting her. I don't know.
Hopefully I was not too distracting with my animated hands.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Thanks, everybody. Like, dislike, subscribe, share. Find us on Instagram. Hopefully soon on Pinterest. Make plans to make it up to the Winnebago Rally. What else do we have?
I don't know.
That's it. Take care, everybody. Thank you very much.
Bye, guys. Belle's killing